Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining in tonight. Welcome all Mandela effectians. Hey guys. So I'm reviewing this movie here, Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, and the scene with the Black Knight having his limbs chopped off by King Arthur. What do you guys remember? Um, I actually have somebody here on the line. This his name is Tito. Yeah, his name is Tito. He's from Best Buy, and he knows this movie too, like I do. So Tito, tell me. I'm gonna read these off to you. Tell me what you remember, okay?
All right.
Okay, and to the viewers, I'm gonna ask you guys also. Okay, was it a mere flesh wound? B, just a flesh wound? C, tis merely a flesh wound? D, only a flesh wound? Or E, but a flesh wound? So which one was it, guys? And Tito, tell them what you remember.
It was definitely C. It is merely a flesh wound.
Exactly. That's what I'm remembering too. But
Yeah.
the actual answer in this reality is just a flesh wound. I'll actually play the clip for you guys. Um. Anyway, Tito, thanks for your insight. I appreciate your help, man. And
Hey, no problem, man.
I'm gonna give you a shout out in the comments. Okay. Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right. No worries. Have a good one.
All right, man. You too. Okay, so here's what the Black Knight actually says in the movie. So check this out.
You make me sad. So be it. Come, Patsy. None shall pass. What? None shall pass. I have no quarrel with you, good Sir Knight, but I must cross this bridge. Then you shall die. I command you, as King of the Britons, to stand aside. I move for no man. So be it.
This is the all famous scene right here.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then? I've heard worse. You liar. Come on, you pansy.
Oh,
Victory is mine. We thank thee, Lord, that in thy mercy. Come on, then. What? How about you? You are indeed brave tonight, but the fight is mine. Oh, and enough, eh? Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left. Yes, I have. Look! Just a flesh wound. Look, stop that! Chicken! Chicken!
okay. So do you guys remember that? I don't. I don't remember him saying just a flesh wound. Okay. Here is the British comedy, and thanks to Teresa Lynch, and also actually Rena Jacil. Her real name is Danielle. Thank you for finding me this stuff here. A lot of these were found because of them. Thank you, guys. But yeah, this is from the Ministry of British Comedy. And right here, it says, "'Tis but a scratch, a mere flesh wound." Okay? It was either mere or merely, but it was not just. That just sounds wrong. But it says here, "'Tis but a scratch, a mere flesh wound." Okay? I'm tossing between a mere flesh wound and merely, but I know it was not just. I'm telling you. This is British comedy fans. It says here, Monty Python's Black Knight is simply timeless. It says right here, "'Tis merely a flesh wound." Okay. Here's some Facebook stuff. "'Tis merely a flesh wound." How do we get so off here, guys? If it's not a Mandela, "'Tis merely a flesh wound." Here's one, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Easter egg, Monty Python reference. It says right here, We all know the classic scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where, despite horrible maims, the Black Knight responds, "'Tis merely a flesh wound." Here is Ben and Jerry's. Check this out. Ben and Jerry's ice cream. "'Twas merely a flesh wound that sent Vermonty Python to the flavor graveyard, but its legacy lives on." So that's an advertising from Ben and Jerry's. What is up with this? Here's somebody on Facebook, Shayna Fraser. "'Tis merely a flesh wound," or "'tis a mere flesh wound." Sorry. So somebody put that. Andrew Nat Smith here on Facebook. "'Tis but a scratch." A scratch? Okay. "Your arm's off." No, well, he says, "Look, you stupid something. You've got no arms left. 'Tis merely a flesh wound." Merely a flesh wound. What are you going to do? Bleed on me? I'm invincible. So here's another Google book here. The Holy Grail. When the guy says, do you want to fight about it? He still says, "Come on, it's a mere flesh wound. Fight me, you coward." There's plenty of residue, guys. Here's another Google book. "'Tis merely a flesh wound," right here. To stop quoting Monty Python. This really hurts. Okay. "And even though my mom was tenderhearted, she wouldn't stand for any of us making excuses of any kind over a mere flesh wound. See Monty Python and the Holy Grail." I mean, and the list goes on, folks. This is crazy. I mean, it's not like a mere confabulation here. This is crazy. There's the reference from the British comedy. "'Tis but a scratch, a mere flesh wound." Here's Phoenix Wright. And if you play the YouTube, about 2 minutes and 49 in there, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, it says, "It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright." And then here's another Facebook reference. It's the Black Knight is a DJ. "'Tis but a scratch, and 'tis merely a flesh wound." Here's actually a Facebook group that was formed because of it. "'Tis merely a flesh wound." That's the official clan group. Okay. This is something you can buy on eBay if you want. And if you notice, it's in British pounds, $1.99. I might order one. But it says here, "'Tis merely a flesh wound." Okay. Here's another reference. I found this on Etsy, which you can find a lot of things on here. And it says right here, hang on. I actually had it pulled up a second ago. It says, "Right now, it's merely a flesh wound." So there's so much references to this. All these Google books. I imagine it would be a mere flesh wound, not like the Monty Python kind of mere. A mere flesh wound. She almost laughed at the thought, remembering the Black Knight, Monty Python, and the Holy Grail. Here's another reference. A mere flesh wound. See Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Mere flesh wound. Yeah, I mean, they're quoting mere and merely. It was one of those two. It was not just. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I even asked my sister, and she knows Monty Python like the back of her hand, and she said it was but a mere flesh wound, but not just. That's crazy. Why are we having these mismemories? Have you seen Monty Python's Holy Grail? It's merely a flesh wound. It's surprising that Flanders is a Monty Python fan. Okay, so here's a Monty Python fan, and it says here, funny. It reminded me of the guy in the same movie whose arms and legs were cut off and kept yelling for his opponent to keep fighting. So yeah, that one's kind of cool. A mere flesh wound. Again, we're seeing this all over the place. Okay, here it says, this is, let's see. This one's by C. Francis Carnicelli. And this is Something's in the Forest, okay? So this is page 53 in Google Books. "Oh, don't be such a baby. 'Tis merely a flesh wound. And stop quoting Monty Python. This really hurts." Yeah, it's merely a flesh wound. Come on, guys. This is nuts. It's merely a flesh wound, the Black Knight. This is a meme. I found a couple memes, more than a few on here. Here's a Star Wars reference. Star Wars Band-Aids. Merely a flesh wound. And these, it says here, subject to copyright, so gotta be careful there. But yeah, I actually, I'm sorry guys, I did a short, whoops. Yeah, I did a video here, and the person recording had the mic covered up with their thumb, apparently, I guess. I'm really sorry about that. The one on the right's me, that's me talking. I interviewed my friend here. His name is Ross. I'll post him in the comments too. I'm really sorry about that, Ross. The audio couldn't come in clear. I'm really sorry about that, man, okay? But I did interview him, and I interviewed 4 people, okay? I had issues like in the stores itself. I checked with management, make sure it was cool. A lot of stores won't let you record video unless you have their specific permission from corporate. So I kind of ran into that issue. But here I had no problem. It's just the audio got covered up. I'll try to get more interviews. But yeah, all 4 people said merely a flesh wound. And then Twitter just confirms this. Like I'm over here, merely a flesh wound, Monty, and I'm in the top section here. Jennifer Brown, okay. She said on April 5th, she says maybe it's merely a flesh wound, like the one in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's like that, right? So 19 people hearted that one. It's merely a flesh wound. I mean, look at this crap. The list goes on and on. Why are we misquoting it? Okay? And this person says, "'Tis merely a flesh wound." And yet, in the meme, it says it's only a flesh wound. So that's what I'm wondering here. Is it just one big misquote? Or, I mean, are we all... That's what I'm trying to understand, okay? Because it just keeps going on and on. And I know it's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I sort of remember Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail. That's kind of what I remember. I'm having dual memories in just the title alone, but this just sounds too short to me. It might have been Monty Python and the Holy Grail the whole time. I don't know. But, I'm doing this for Danielle. She's asked me to do a video about this. And this one, I think for sure, is a Mandela effect. Thanks, guys, for checking me out. Have a great Mandela effect day, and God bless you all.